Hi, this is Mike with Skull Dynasty, and today we're going to go over backup running backs and my top six running backs. Then we'll go over each one. The first one on my list is Tajay Spears. He'll be sharing a backfield with Tony Pollard. Tony Pollard most likely being the starter. Spears being the backup to him. I see it being a 55 to 45 split, most likely somewhere around that range. Spears is coming off an excellent season last year. He had 52 receptions, 385 yards. His target share was 14.7, which ranked 7th in the league last year. His yards per route run were 11th at 1.52, and his yards created per touch were fifth in the NFL last year. So a super efficient player. The next guy on my list is another efficient player, Jalen Warren on the Steelers. Will be backing up Najee Harris. Plus, with the signing of Arthur Smith, they should be running the ball a lot more than last year as well. And they should have better time of possession, especially with Russell Wilson as quarterback as compared to Kenny Pickett. They'll have more opportunity as well. So his receptions last year were 61 receptions, 370 yards. Also a great target share, 15.3, which ranks sixth in the NFL. Number one in juke rate in the NFL. Yards created per touch, he was number three. So he was my number two. My number three on my list is Zach Charbonnet. The reason I have Charbonnet is he could probably get 40% of the workload. Kenny Walker gets banged up every now and again, so he might get a few starts here and there. He also is efficient in the receiving game. Considering he was a backup for the Seahawks, he got 33 receptions last year. So very high on Charbonnet. I like what I seen from him last year. Tough runner, good out of the backfield. And then my next guy on my list is Chase Brown. He'll be backing up Zach Moss most likely. I see it as a similar split between Spears and Pollard, somewhere around like the 55-60% range for the starter, and then Chase Brown if he is the backup, if he doesn't win the starting job. He's a very explosive runner from what I've seen from him last year. Pretty good in the receiving game. His efficiency metrics, looking at him, weren't that great. Just passed the eye test for me as far as like speed goes and everything like that. So the next guy on my list I have is Antonio Gibson. Early in his career, he was super efficient. Last year, he's efficient in the receiving game as well. He had 48 catches, 389 yards. Yards created per touch was number two in NFL last year. Juke rate, number 12. So, he's got size, speed. He'll be backing up Stevenson this year. He's the more explosive back of the two. So I really like him. And then my last guy on my list is Ty Chandler. He'll be backing up Aaron Jones. Aaron Jones is getting up there in age. So I expect Chandler to get a 40% workload. And if Jones goes down, he was injury prone last year. So I expect to have a pretty decent workload. Explosive back, had 20 run receptions last year. So they're my top six running backs. That I would definitely try and roster if you can. Super efficient backs. They're good in the receiving game, and they have a little bit of explosion to them. They're my top six. Not sure what my next video is going to be. I'll try to get it out sometime next week. I'll see you then. Have a good one.